countdown has already begun, with Jason Wood then on pole position. He finished third yesterday. Neil Dubman was second. Chris Deere the winner. The race gets underway then. It was Chris Deere who made the better start yesterday. Has he taken the lead of round 4 on the inside? He has, so he's replicated that from yesterday. It's the Peugeot of Deere that leads. Wood is second. Dubman is third. Hazelhurst has got 4. 5th is Jake Wood. Andrew Fawkes made a good start. I think he's up into 6th position as the cars head down towards the Maggots and Beckett's complex. They pass the Escapade Village on their left, and it is Chris Deere then that turns into Beckett's pool as the race leader.
Yes, and yesterday we had a cracking battle between James Hazelhurst. Oh, hang on, who's gone wide there? That's looked like Sam Hutchinson. Half the field has gone wide. Look like Andrew Thorpe got it a bit sideways, and everyone else would try to go round him. But as they come down this very fast straight, hitting 110 miles an hour, Jason Wood trying to go to the outside here for Brooklands, which is going to be really tough to do in these cars with these cold tyres. But he's holding his own. He's holding on the outside. But Chris Deere looks like he's just got the advantage over the Nova. Yesterday we had a cracking battle between Jake Wood and Hazelhurst, where they had a race-long battle with the Hazelhurst being last year's champion. He's desperate to get a win. He didn't get a win last season, and he's desperate for a win this season to show that he deserves the #1 car. But as they come to the start-finish line for the first time, it's Chris Deere with Jason Wood all over the back of him. He's getting a slipstream. We've got James Hazelhurst got a cracking exit down there, trying to go up the inside of Dubman, and he's made that pay. Well, I didn't even see that move, where that move started.
Yeah, I guess he must have made a good exit to Luffield Corner. As you say, Hazelhurst got sort of trapped in that battle with Jake Wood yesterday and dropped away, so he's keen to go forward. He's absolutely side by side with Neil Dudman through the left kink at Maggots. Later on the brakes is Dudman on the outside. The car hopping up onto free wheel. Sam Hutchinson's pulled off from him. He already had that moment at Beckett's on the previous lap. As the cars come out of Beckett's, Chris Deere's run out wide and Jason Wood has taken the lead.
And Jake Wood has now gone past both Dudman and Hazelhurst to get into the next spot. I didn't even see, we were looking at Sam Hutchinson there. Obviously that new engine is not quite paid off, but yes, Jake Wood is now into third place. But now Neil Dubman's coming on the back, on the inside of James Hazelhurst as he trying to make that stick. Jake Wood holding on. Look at the struggle around that corner. He gets so much understeer, and they've exited in a very neat train.
And look who's joined in. It's Harry Palmer, the teenager, in his second ever race meeting. He's in the leading group as they come out of Luffield. But wonder what happened to Chris Deere there as he ran wide at Beckett's. He doesn't make many mistakes, does he, the former champion? But he did there. And Jason Wood, which he didn't really do yesterday, that might be wide. There's a slippery surface flag.
Okay. That's just before. And and Andrew Thorpe. We've just seen Andrew Thorpe go into the pits there. Obviously,
we saw a bit of smoke from his car.
There was a bit of smoke. I wonder if there was something puffing out of there. That's why he got sideways and caused that chaos there.
And let's see what happens at Beckett's on this corner. Everyone's been over the fluid once, so they kind of know what's there. Jason Wood, I wonder if he'd be just a little bit cautious being the first driver into this sequence. You see, everyone's slowed down quite a lot, haven't they? Wood still runs a little wide. Neil Dudman's even wider than but he's carried the momentum.
He's carried the momentum. Sometimes it can pay off. It didn't quite pay off this time. He's found himself right in the bonnet of James Hazelhurst. But as they come down this very fast straight, you've got Jason Wood only a car length over Chris Deere. Chris Deere will wait to make mistakes. Like you say, he doesn't make many mistakes. He's trying to go for the inside line. He's trying to go really late on the brakes, and he has gone late on the brakes. And look at that. That is fantastic racing. Not a single touch. Well held by both drivers.
Of course, Chris Deere's not really in it for the championship, is he? He's doing the race here and there, where Jason Wood is battling for the championship. So slightly different mindsets coming into this. Darren Bassingthwaite's caught them all now.
Oh wow, we've got a bit. That's a 7-car train as they go down. And Harry Palmer going up on the inside of, didn't quite see who that was. On the inside of Dudman. Harry Palmer, like you say, he's 70 years old. This is only his second meeting. Look at that young man go.
Ewan Lintz has got the fastest lap of the race, so watch out for him. He's up into 8th. He had his best day, I think, ever yesterday in the championship. Through Cops Corner they go. It is Jason Wood that leads. Chris Deere is second. Jason's son, Jake, who became the youngest ever win in the championship last time out at Brands Hatch, is there in third. Look at
Harry Palmer trying to go around the outside of James Hazelhurst. Hold your nerve. Keep that momentum going. Dubman's gone wide again. I wonder if he hit that. Now Jake's going up the inside. We've got 5-car battle for second place. 6 cars. There's oh my goodness. There's Darren Bassingthwaite's in there. Look at them going all over the place. I think Harry Palmer's trying to go for third place. He's got the inside line of the 205 machines. Who's going to hold their nerve as they come down to this corner? They're going 3 abreast around there. How on earth?
Hazelhurst's doors open.
Doors open. His doors come flying open. That's the G-force going round there. Now let's pick up the pieces. So we've got
Chris Deere backed out as well. I think there must be a problem with Chris Deere's car. That's why he ran wide. He's backed out, and I think he's heading into retirement. So we might have a fourth different winner in 4 rounds at this rate.
Well, look at the lead. I mean, that's just that was Thomas List. Oh, here we go. Jason Wood coming down. Got a 2-second lead over his son Jake. Then there's Neil Dubman's got past back Harry Palmer again, so they come down. So we've got 8 cars here, and now 8-car train, these cars.
Ted Cooper has just set the fastest lap, the driver who's had a problem with his car all year.
Well, that's very interesting because he's had a problem. He had a problem at Brands, he had problems here, and overnight he changed his oil pump. It was a last-ditch effort to try and cure this oil starvation to the top of it, and it looks like it has obviously cured it because he is flying.
Neil Dudman round the outside of Jake Wood through Beckett's corner, but he runs a bit wide. They're conscious of track limits here at Silverstone, so you don't want to be doing that too often. Harry Palmer and he's trying to come through as well, isn't he, with Darren Bassingthwaite, who's having a great race again here at Silverstone. But here comes Neil Dudman up the inside of Jake Wood into Brooklands corner. The Peugeot trying to go through. Jake Wood's a little bit wide, I think. So yeah, Neil Dudman's up into second. This is all allowing Jason Wood to get away. Yeah,
and also keeping Harry Palmer and Darren Bassingthwaite on this train. So we've got 4 cars directly trying to argue over second place. Looking further back, look at the Ewan Lips machine is catching up with James Hazelhurst.
So there's the lapped car, so kind of forget about that. Then the race leader, that's Jason Wood, who sets the fastest lap of the race, but he's not quicker than Neil Dudman. So Dudman's going after Wood here. We've only had 6 minutes of racing. It's been a busy 5 laps, hasn't it?
We never fail to show out the goods, do we? We always perform very well. It's a wonderful class. We're such a friendly paddock. We've been helping each other fix cars overnight. I'm just looking further back to see how Hannah Newton's gone, and it looks like her problems she had a problem, electrical problem. That's obviously still being a pain, and so she's unfortunately pulled back in.
Matt Stubbington in 14th had just set the fastest lap of the race now. So him in clear traffic. He had that penalty yesterday. The car was underweight in qualifying, so that sort of ruined his weekend, but he's got great pace as Matt Stubbington, fastest lap of the race. Top 5 have got away now. James Hazelhurst, last year's champions, dropping away into the clutches of Ewan Lintz, but Jason Wood, who led by 1.2 seconds, it's not that anymore.
No, it's only a car length now, so Neil Dudman's had a cracking lap, and he's caught back up with the Nova of Jason Wood. Jake Wood behind him, closely followed by Harry Palmer, Darren Bassingthwaite, a little gap back to James Hazelhurst, and they've swapped. So Ewan Lintz has got in front of last year's championship winner.
Lee Scott's not making any inroads here either, is he? The multiple champion who won at Brands Hatch is only 11th. So yeah, Dudman, unsurprisingly, really sets the fastest lap. The gap has come down by a full second to Jason Wood. So the gap is 3 taps. There they go. They're in one big group because Dudman's taking everyone with him. So it's 5 for the lead. But Ewan Lintz coming back under pressure from James Hazelhurst here into Cops Corner. Hazelhurst sort of bobbles over the curb. You've got Andy Philpotts, Ted Cooper's 9th now, and Terry Rowton completing the top 10. Into Beckett's, we've only had half of the race ball.
I'm exhausted already, but look at this pack. The Jake Wood, Harry Palmer and Darren Bassingthwaite, they seem to be working together to try and get the back of this train. So we have got 6 cars arguing over the podium position. Back to Ewan Lintz, James Hazelhurst quickly trying to follow, and now Darren Bassingthwaite trying to go in. And Dudman's going to take a late lunge again. He's so good on the brakes on this corner, and he almost sent Jason Wood wide, but they did not touch at all. And now, of course, what that's done, they've had a little battle. Now Jake's caught back up to this chain, so we do indeed still have this 6-car battle for the podium positions.
Yeah, the 6th car's Thomas Lintz, who's lapped down, so he's kind of not involved, but he's going pretty well, isn't he? He's not really any slower than these guys. He did a good job getting out of the way, not to interfere in their battle. Jason Wood's fighting back now as they come through Woodcote Corner to complete lap number 7.
Always going to try he's trying to go to the outside, and that's always tricky on Cops Corner. Cops Corner's so fast, you literally lift and plant and go round about 100 miles an hour. We go round this corner. It's quite scary. And and looking further back there, we see Derek Rosier and Alan Dooley having a little battle for the lower positions.
Into Beckett come the leaders then, with the Peugeot of Neil Dudman leading, the Vauxhalls. It's a whole train of Vauxhalls behind, all the PDC racing cars, isn't it? Jason, Jake Wood and Harry Palmer. Jake Wood goes...
A little bit wide there, a little bit wide. An unusual line, but trying to keep up the momentum. Sometimes that wider line, you can get better momentum.
You've got to be careful though. Darren Bassingthwaite, I think, has got a driving standards flag for things like that. We saw penalties in other races yesterday for track limits. You have to be a little bit careful doing things like that too often. So into Brooklands. Interesting how quick Dudman caught Jason Wood and got past him, but he's not able to pull away.
No, it looks like Jason Wood's going with him because there's a little gap over there over his son Jake. But as they go down this slower corner, we're only doing about 50 miles an hour around here, and they're sort of bunching up again. But these front two are definitely trying to pull away. I think Jason Wood's desperate to keep hold of the slipstream. Slipstream is so important here at Silverstone.
Yeah, it's a bit windier today, isn't it? So there's even bigger of a tow perhaps than what there was yesterday. Just 1400ths of a second separates the two of them. And Jason Wood, I think, is going to challenge into Copse. No, he decides better of it. As you said, Paul, it's such a fast corner, Copse. It's not easy to pass here. Although, look at Ted Cooper. He's still making progress. So those
wow, he's come right up, isn't he? And Andy Philpotts and Ewan Lynch. Lynch seems to be dropping. He was a few laps back. He was right up with that lead group, but he must have made a mistake somewhere. He's dropped back quite some there. But what a marvellous show by Ted Cooper. Obviously, his car is now A1.
Yeah, I mean, frustrated, won't he, to have those first 3 rounds ruined really with that problem, but he's back on form.
He was
now.
very disheartened. He couldn't nail it, and he thought just the last ditch, change the oil pump overnight, and look what it's done. It's put him into 7th position so far back on qualifying.
Top two are getting away again, aren't they, Dudman and Jason Wood here. So Jake's dropping back. Harry Palmer could end up on the podium here. He's right on the tail of Jake. And they turn into Luffield. Harry Palmer's the next driver to get a track moving standards flag for track limits. No penalties yet, but if they do it again, there will be a penalty. That would be disheartening, wouldn't it, for Harry? Something like that.
Oh, no, we don't want that. Don't do that. Don't do that anymore. But as they come onto the road cut down the start-finish line, we've still got 3 minutes 40 seconds to go. And again, Jason Wood gets in that slipstream, desperate to keep up with his 205. Jason Wood is actually carrying 35 kilograms of success ballast, and Neil Dudman's only carrying 15. So Jason's having to work that Nova really hard.
I don't know if you saw that, Paul. Neil Dudman put his hand up as they came out of Copse Corner. Not sure what he was suggesting to Jason Wood there.
Come with me, perhaps.
Don't overtake. Stay behind.
But they are still, those other, the two Novas of Jake Wood and Harry Palmer, they're slowly trying to keep up. And look at Darren Bastlewaite. That's a marvellous finish for him. I'm trying to remember where he qualified, but that's a fantastic showing from him, showing he's definitely on the pace. I mean, he's up into fifth position, isn't he? Yes.
Started ninth, but yeah, this is his best weekend, isn't it, in the championship?
It's fantastic. What a brilliant weekend, yes. His young son Charlie's been mechanicking for him. Charlie was hoping to be out next year, I believe, in another 205, so another second generation classic stock hatcher we're expecting next season.
So we're going to get 2 or 3 more laps. It's going to be tight, I think, whether we get 2 or 3 further laps out of this race. We'd quite like 3, wouldn't we?
Well, definitely 3, please. Yeah, 3, please. I'd say these temperatures are a lot cooler today. There's a bit more cooler wind, so that it keeps the engines cooler, keeps the tyres cooler. So looks like Jake was trying to defend there from Harry Palmer, this 17-year-old. It's only his second meeting ever, and he's really showing he can pedal. But looks like Jake got a better exit there and just dropped Harry a little bit.
I think Jake was a bit further ahead. I wonder if he's sort of using the ball or one thing, hug up the pit wall and see if you can get out of the wind.
Get out of the wind, yes. Yeah, a little
but then
gap
you have to take such a weird line to Copse, so that's the problem.
That's the problem, yeah. Say Copse is an incredibly fast corner. You literally just lift and plant and just hold on to the steering wheel and hopefully get round. Luckily here at Silverstone, there's a bit of a run-off, but like you say, they don't like track limits here. They're very hot on it as they come down to Brooklands. It's still Neil Dudman over Jason Wood. I think he's just weighing up where he can get past his 205 machine, but it's going to be, I think it might be a late lunge at Brooklands on the last lap.
So into Luffield they go. There's 1:35 on the clock. The lap times are 1:13. They're both very wide at Luffield, aren't they? They should, in theory, get 2 more laps out of this race, I think.
Well, at Luffield you have to sort of come in wide, then go into the A, and then go out wide again, and you get a better exit speed.
It's right in the slipstream, 1300ths of a second separate the two, heading off towards Copse Corner. And we say there should be 2 more laps, but we'll check at the end of this lap whether the checkered flag does go out or not. Through Copse they go. Neil Dudman, who just had that 1 win before at Brands Hatch last year.
Yes, I believe he did have a win last year. So again, this will be the 4th different winner this season. Like last year, James Hazelhurst, who won the championship last season, he didn't win a race. He's so desperate to win a race, but it's just not working for him at the moment. But as these lead pair come up to a back marker, I think that's Alan Dooley. So hopefully he won't get too much in the way as they come down to this very fast right-hander. No, he's indeed moving right out of the way to let these faster machines through. That's Alan Dooley. He's been in the championship many years. His only aim is not to get lapped, and unfortunately it hasn't happened today.
He did well yesterday, didn't he? So not sure, perhaps some of that oil that went down that just affected him a little bit today. So it's 20 seconds on the clock, so we'll keep an eye on the starting gantry. But Neil Dudman's got a little bit bigger gap than he's had previously to Jason Wood as they turn their way through Woodcote Corner. 10 seconds on the clock. One more lap to go, therefore, but the gap is bigger than it has been for a little bit. Again, look, Jake Wood and Harry Palmer, the two youngsters, take this very different line.
Very different lines, yeah, across there. I think, like you say, I think they are getting up against the wall to sort of stop the side draft. It is quite breezy out there, but they're both doing the same thing, and looks like Jason's going to hang back, but again, Jason Wood is getting closer and closer to the Dudman machine. Little bit of both rear tyres locked up there. Got a bit too much high balance on the rear there, and just locking up. He takes that a bit of a wider line. Is that going to give Jason a chance to get into the slipstream on this penultimate lap as they go down this fast straight? We are 110 miles an hour before we brake like crazy to go around the 60 mile an hour right-hander. Is he going to make a late lunge? Looking very closely. No, he's just sitting back. Again, a lock-up. What if that's Jason's going, oh, this could be good. So who's going to do the different line around the final corner?
Let's see then. So Neil Dudman and Jason Wood, neither have won a race this season. So it's going to be a fourth different winner in 4 races in the Vulcan Racing Classic Stock Catch. Whoever comes out on top. But it looks like Neil Dudman in the Peugeot 205 is going to turn his way through Woodcote Corner to see the checkered flag as the race winner in round 4 of the championship. Neil Dudman takes it just by 1700ths of a second over Jason Wood. Jake Wood takes another podium. He finishes 3rd. Harry Palmer 4th, which I think is a best for him and for Darren Bassingthwaighte actually in 5th. 6th for James Hazelhurst. Ted Cooper got 7th. Ewan Lindsay, Andy Philpott's 9th, and Lee Scott down in 10th.
Lee Scott, multiple champion there. But Harry Palmer, that'll be his second P4 position. He finished P4 in the second race at Brands Hatch, which what a remarkable young man, 17 years old, but great heritage. But yes, Jason Wood must have got a really good exit there. We're doing a lot of photo finishes this year, aren't we?
Not involving James Hazelhurst.
That's right. Well, the one at Brands Hatch. Oh, and there's Andrew Anderson there. Looked like he got a bit sideways there and kept that Mark II Swift. He's got that's his B car. He's actually building a Mark I Swift to come out and join us. It's not quite finished, which is why he's got the other machine.
Well, great racing though in Classic Stock Catch today.
As usual. We always deliver.
Let's have a look at the results then of round 4 of the championship. Neil Dudman the winner in the Peugeot 205 GTI by 0.17 of a second from Jason Wood. Jake Wood takes 3rd and Harry Palmer in 4th. Darren Bassingthwaighte 5th, just 3 seconds off the winner. James Hazelhurst, last year's champion, was 6th, ahead of Ted Cooper and Ewan Lintz. Andy Philpott's 9th, and the multiple champion Lee Scott 10th, ahead of Terry Roughton, Titch Kelsall, Max Dubbington and Derek Crozier. Andy Anderson had that moment on the last lap. Alan Julie took 16th. Thomas Lintz made a pit stop but finished. Chris Deere, yesterday's winner and non-finisher, as were Hannah Newton, Sam Hutchinson and Andrew Ford. So the Classic Stock Catch Championship continues. Paul Anglesey, I think, next month.
Well, what a fantastic race there in the Stock Hatches. I mean, Neil, talk us through that one. That looked terrific.
It was terrific and horrific at the same time. There was so much oil down in that bottom corner. I think it's maggots or something, and it was just like all over the place. I need to go and apologise to James. I think we had it coming together, but yeah, great race. It's Classic Stock Hatch through and through. Close, fair, hard, amazing.
Less than 2 tenths between you at the line. I mean, goodness me.
Yeah, well, Jason and I have raced for the last 3 years, and whenever we race together, it's clean, it's tidy, we respect each other, give each other room. We're hard, but you know, we both want to finish, and to finish first, you got to finish first. So happy days.
And that's a great way to round out the weekend as well.
Yeah, it's great. First and second this weekend, and yeah, happy days. Happy days. Thank you to Joe Green for prepping the car and getting it ready. Without him, I couldn't do it. So yeah, it's all good.
I didn't want that race to end, but I'm sure you did.
Well, to be honest, it was like lap 10 when I looked down. I thought, oh, there's got to be 2 or 3 laps to go. And then we came around again, didn't see the last lap board. And Jason gave me a nudge down the straight to say, get a move on, you're slowing me down. So I did, and then I concentrated for another 60 seconds. But as you get older, you lose concentration and energy.
I'll take your word for it. Neil, congratulations on the victory, and well done today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and with that and with the very tight turnarounds, let's get on to some Mighty Minis racing.